What's up, everybody? Welcome back to English Smarter with Jane. In today's English grammar lessons, we are going to explore the present simple tense, which is the fundamental building block for other tenses in English. If you would like the PDF of these lessons, please let me know in a comment. In the first section, we will focus on the formation of the present simple tense. And here is the chart that provides an overview of how the present simple sentences are structured. We will delve into this in more detail in a few seconds. Here we go. There are three forms that you will learn today. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative. We will start with the affirmative sentence, which is also known as the positive sentence. First, it's important for you to understand the basic structure of the positive sentence. It must have a subject and a verb. To add your understanding, I have divided the subject into two categories, pronouns and nouns. So first, let's discuss when the subject is a pronoun. When the subject is a pronoun I, you, we, or they, we use a base form in the positive form. For example, I laugh. I is a subject and laugh is a base form. What is a base form? Base form is a basic form of the verb. We do not add anything or make any changes to it. When the subject is a pronoun he, she, or it, we add an s or es or ies to the verb. For example, he laughs. In this case, we add an s to the verb. Generally, we add an s to the verb, but in some cases, we add es or ies to the verb. We will discuss this later in today's video, so make sure you stick around for that. Alright, we are done with the positive form, so let's move on to the negative one. Basically, we need an auxiliary verb to form the negative sentence. So the basic structure is subject plus an auxiliary verb plus not and a base form. In the present simple tense, when writing the negative sentence, we use the auxiliary verb do with these subjects I, you, we, or they. So the form is subject plus do plus not and then a base form. For example, I do not laugh. You can also use the contraction of do not, which is don't. For example, I don't laugh. When the subject is he, she, or it, we use the auxiliary verb does. And the formula is the same. Subject plus does plus not and then a base form. For example, he does not laugh. You can also use the contraction of does not, which is doesn't. For example, he doesn't laugh. Okay, very good. We're done with the positive and the negative. So now let's move on to the interrogative form, which is also known as the question form. So just like the negative sentence, we also need the auxiliary verb to form the question. And in the present simple, we use the same auxiliary verb, do and does. But the difference is where we place the auxiliary verb in the sentence. In the question, we place the auxiliary verb do at the beginning of the sentence. So the form is auxiliary verb plus the subject and then the base form. For example, when the subject is I, you, we, or they, we use the auxiliary verb do. Here's an example. Do you laugh? Okay, when the subject is he, she, or it, we use the auxiliary verb does. So here's the example. Does she laugh? Okay, so one thing that you need to remember is that when writing the negative and the question forms, you need to use the base form in those sentences. Okay, we are done with the three forms when the subject is pronoun. So now, before we move on to the next bit, let's do a quick exercise. In this exercise, I would like you to write the correct verb form in these positive sentences. To write the verb form, the tip is, first, you need to determine the subject in the sentence. Okay, so now in sentence number 1, can you tell me which one is the subject? Yes, I is a subject. And do you remember in the positive form, what kind of verb do we use with the subject I, you, we, or they? Very good, a base form, right? So here's the correct sentence. I like swimming. Very good. In the second sentence, let's find out what is a subject. He. So what kind of verb do we use? Yes, it's not a base form. You need to add as es or ies to the verb. So in this case, work, we add an s to it. So the correct answer is he works in a restaurant. Very good. Okay, in the second exercise, let's write the negative sentences. Okay, so now you learn how to write the positive sentences. So it's even easier for you to make the sentences negative. So with the subject I, you already know that you use auxiliary verb do. Okay, so the correct answer is I don't like swimming or I do not like swimming. Both are correct. Okay, in the second sentence, because it is subject he, so we use does. So the negative sentence is he doesn't work in a restaurant. Do we need to add an s to the verb? No, it must be a base form because it's a negative sentence. Very good. All right, so now let's move on. To the next one. In this section, you will learn how to write the forms when the subject is a noun. To add your understanding, I have divided the nouns into 3 categories: singular noun, uncountable noun, and plural noun. Alright, so all you need to remember is that when the subject is a singular noun or uncountable noun, you use the same forms, including positive, negative, and question form, as when the subject is he, she, or it. Similarly, when the subject is a plural noun, we use the same forms as when the subject is I, you, we, or they. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so before we end the first section, let's do another exercise quickly. In this exercise, let's try to write the correct verb forms in the following sentences. Okay, so just like the previous section, first you need to determine the subject of the sentence. So all of the subjects are noun, but you need to know whether it is a singular noun, uncountable noun, or plural noun. Number 1, Tom blank every day. Okay, so Tom is a noun, but is it singular, uncountable, or plural? Tom here refers to a person, okay, a single person. All right, so it is a singular noun. So we use, yes, we add an s, es, or is to the verb. We use the same forms as when the subject is he, she, or it. The correct sentence is Tom works every day. Very good. Number 2, water blank at 100 degrees. Okay, so water is a singular, uncountable, or plural? Yes, as we all know that water is an uncountable noun, right? So we use the same form as when the subject is he, she, or it. Here's the complete sentence. Water boils at 100 degrees. Lastly, children. Yes, it is a plural noun, so we use the same forms as when the subject is I, you, we, or they. Here is the complete sentence. Children love play. Alright, now let's try to write the negative sentence. Okay, so since you already learned how to write the positive sentence, so it's easier for you to write the negative one. Here we go. Tom blank every day. So the correct answer is torn doesn't work every day. Very good. Number 2, water at 100 degrees. Yes, doesn't boil. Number 3, children don't love playing. Very good. Congratulations. Now you master the 3 forms of the present simple tense with all kinds of subjects. Okay, so in the next section, we will learn how to give short answer when someone asks you a question in the present simple tense. See you.